Today, we're talking about Olivia Rodrigo's new track, The Cure. And I'm firmly arguing that her brutal, raw lyrics are what make this song so devastating.
Right, and I'm pushing back, saying that the actual arrangement and production are what physically force you to feel that devastation.
Okay, sure, but like we were just talking about off mic, I literally had to pause it. I just sat there in my car because, honestly, who actually admits to that kind of thought?
Oh, you mean the tallying up line?
Yes, verse 3. Tally up the girls that he fucked till I start to cry. It's so incredibly dark.
It really is.
It's such an ugly, deeply human, insecure thought that you don't even want to admit to your best friend, right? Let alone put on a record for millions of people.
You just picture her spiraling in her own head, just making yourself completely miserable on purpose. Oh, 100%. It's that exact feeling of self-sabotage. You're just sitting there, turning the knife.
Exactly. It's not some poetic general statement about feeling insecure. It's a microscopic, visceral documentation of ruining your own night. And it hurts to listen to because, we've all been there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've all gone looking for something to be upset about when we feel inadequate. That level of unflinching honesty is what just absolutely devastated me.
It is brutal. But see, the reason that line feels like a physical punch in the gut isn't just because the words are so raw. It's how the song physically feels right from the start. Like, have you noticed the acoustic guitar right at the beginning?
The really fast, repetitive strumming?
Yeah. It doesn't sound pretty or, sweeping. It feels completely nervous. It's restless.
Okay, I can hear that.
It literally mimics the physical sensation of staring at your bedroom ceiling at 2 a.m. when your mind just refuses to shut off and your heart is beating a little too fast.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it really does sound like a racing heartbeat.
Right? Like if she sang that exact same lyric over a beautiful slow piano, it would feel like a movie. It would feel melodramatic.
Oh, sure.
But because of that guitar, the way it never really settles down, it feels like a private panic attack. It makes the listener feel the anxiety she's singing about before she even opens her mouth.
That makes so much sense because it matches the very first line perfectly. All the pretty girls in the foreground of my mind. She's already panicking.
Yeah, immediately.
She's establishing this baseline of chronic insecurity right out of the gate.
And the guitar is just driving that anxiety forward. It won't let you relax.
A private panic attack while you're lying next to the person you love. Because that's the thing that messes with my head the most about this whole track. It's not a breakup song.
Right.
Olivia even said it lives in this weird gray area. She's in a quote-unquote happy relationship. She loves this guy. He loves her. But she's still completely depressed.
Which is a terrifying realization.
It is. It's like she drew inspiration from that dynamic between Miranda and Steve in Sex and the City. This idea that you can be with someone who is objectively good for you, someone you love, and you're still just sitting on the edge of the bed crying.
Just feeling empty.
Yeah. It's the realization that getting the thing you thought would fix you actually changes absolutely nothing about your internal baggage. Isn't it terrifying when you realize love can't actually fix you?
It's the scariest thing in the world. And honestly, the way the vocal is recorded makes that isolation so much heavier.
What do you mean?
So when you listen to those first couple of verses, her voice sounds incredibly isolated. It doesn't sound like she's in a big, beautiful studio.
Okay.
It sounds like she's trapped in a tiny room. The way it's mixed, there's no room noise, no warmth, no echo. She is right up against your ear, sounding entirely alone.
Even though the lyrics are literally about being with someone?
Exactly. The lyrics are saying, I thought I found the antidote with you, but the way her voice sounds tells us she is completely, utterly alone. The way the track is built is basically acting as a subconscious narrator.
Wait, really?
Yeah. It's contradicting the hope in the lyrics and foreshadowing that this relationship is going to fail to cure her.
Wait, that is so cool. It's almost like the music is the reality and the lyrics are the fantasy she's trying to hold on to.
Yes, that's exactly what it feels like.
And you see that fantasy completely fall apart in the chorus. The metaphor she uses is just brilliant. But my head is full of poison and my heart is full of doubt. I got toxins in my bloodstream. You tried hard to suck them out.
Man.
She is explicitly framing her partner not as a romantic savior, but as a failed medical intervention.
Like trying to suck venom out of a snake bite.
Yes. And it's not working. She literally sings, and it feels like medication, and it's good for me, I'm sure. But it don't matter how your love feels anymore. It'll never be the cure.
Such a gut punch.
That part just broke me. It's this devastating deconstruction of the fairy tale romance we've all been fed since we were kids. She isn't blaming him at all.
No, not at all.
She's taking full responsibility for her own brokenness. She's admitting her internal ecosystem is just toxic, and no amount of someone else's love can act as an antidote.
I hear that, but honestly, if you just read those words on a page, it might just come off as a clever medical metaphor. What actually makes it terrifying when you listen to it is what happens underneath her voice during that chorus.
You mean the strings? Because they sound so sad to me, like they represent the romantic fantasy of love, but they're crying.
I actually don't think they represent the fantasy at all. I think they represent the disappointment.
Really?
Yeah, listen to how they're played. They aren't lush, romantic, Hollywood strings. They sound scratchy. They sound like a heartbreaking, weeping violin that perfectly mimics the physical restraint of trying not to cry. Like when you have that huge lump in your throat and you're fighting it.
Oh my God, yes. The tightness.
Exactly, the tightness. And they keep those instruments so small and close to the ear in the mix, it feels suffocating. That claustrophobia in the music is what actually makes you feel the toxins in the bloodstream. The strings don't represent romance. They represent the suffocating realization that the medication isn't working. You're trapped in your own body with this poison.
Okay, I see what you're saying about the claustrophobia. But I mean, the strings are only doing that because the lyrics demand it. She is mapping out this highly specific psychological state.
Sure.
When she sings, "I thought I'd done enough, but they keep moving the line," she perfectly captures the sheer exhaustion of chronic insecurity, the feeling that you can never be pretty enough, smart enough, good enough. The strings are just tracing the blueprint that her words have already built.
Sure, the lyrics are the blueprint. But a blueprint is just a piece of paper until you actually build the house, right?
That's fair.
The emotion wouldn't hit you the way it does if the music didn't physically push you there. Think about the pacing of the song. It is this massive slow burn. You spend the first 3 minutes holding your breath, feeling that tightness, feeling that nervous guitar.
And then it just erupts.
It completely explodes. It builds from this quiet, down-tempo acoustic thing into an absolute wall of sound.
Yeah.
It feels like 1990s alternative rock. It has that massive, overwhelming energy of the Foo Fighters' Everlong or a Smashing Pumpkins track. When the drums finally kick in with full force, they shatter the claustrophobic tension of the entire first half.
It is such a massive shift. It literally startled me the first time I heard it.
Because you get so used to that tiny, tight, suffocating sound. When a real heavy drum kit finally comes in, it feels like the walls are falling down.
Yeah.
That dynamic shift, going from a whisper to an absolute scream, is what delivers the emotional release. You've been tense for 3 minutes, and suddenly you're allowed to just break everything.
But think about why the walls are falling down right at that exact second. She isn't just making noise for the sake of making noise. She is screaming the refrain, "I'm unraveled."
Yeah.
Over and over. I'm unraveled. I'm unraveled. I cannot get over that single word choice. It is so perfect. She didn't choose "I'm broken" or "I'm falling apart" or "I'm sad."
Right.
To unravel means you were once neatly knit together. You were a complete sweater. And maybe this relationship, this guy trying to love her and get close to her, was the thing that pulled the thread.
Oh, wow. The intimacy pulled the thread.
Yes! It describes the terrifying rawness of deep intimacy. When someone gets that close to you, everything you thought you knew about yourself comes undone.
That's so heavy.
You realize all your coping mechanisms were just holding you together artificially, and now you are left completely naked and vulnerable, just a pile of yarn on the floor. That word is so conceptually powerful that she literally named her upcoming tour after it, the Unraveled Tour.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, the massive wall of sound crashing in isn't just a musical release. It's the score to her realizing she has completely come undone.
I love the sweater comparison. That makes so much sense. But it's funny you fixate on that word, because musically, it functions as a total release valve.
What do you mean?
The way it hits rhythmically, the way the guitars swell up around it, it feels like the arrangement itself is unraveling.
Like the song is falling apart with her?
Exactly.
When she takes it to the bridge and asks, "Why can't you come stitch me up? Why can't it ever be enough?" The arrangement is doing the heavy lifting. The drums are huge, the synths are swelling, the electric guitar is finally unleashed.
It's so chaotic.
The music creates a literal sense of structural collapse. Without that sonic chaos, just repeating "I'm unraveled" would feel static. The drums give you the momentum of the unraveling.
But that chaos only hurts so much because of the vulnerability of what she's asking. Why can't you come stitch me up? It's a question she already knows the answer to.
Yeah.
He can't stitch her up because love isn't a cure. It's the tragedy of wanting the fairy tale. She wants him to be the doctor who fixes her. She wants the medication to work, but she is mature enough to recognize that no one else can heal her.
It's a tough pill to swallow.
It really is. And it's such a crazy leap from her earlier albums, like on Sour or Guts. Love was very black and white. You either hated the guy who broke your heart or you were totally obsessed with him.
Totally.
Here, the other person is actually the good guy. He's trying to help. He's trying to suck the poison out. But it still isn't enough. It's so depressing, but it's so mature.
You know what perfectly captures that exact feeling? The music video.
Oh my God, the dollhouse video.
Yes, it actually backs up exactly what we're talking about with the tension and the collapse. You have her dressed as this 1950s nurse frantically running around a hospital trying to save hearts.
And she ends up becoming a patient herself.
Right, and then you get that crazy twist ending where the camera pulls way back and you realize the whole hospital was just a cardboard dollhouse.
And she just stomps on it. She absolutely destroys it while unpacking boxes in this empty room.
Yeah.
It is the perfect visual for crushing the childhood fantasy that love is a magical cure-all. The dollhouse represents the naive, romantic ideals she's been trying to force her reality into. Stomping on it is the physical version of singing, "It'll never be the cure." She's destroying the delusion.
She is. But listen to the music that plays exactly when she stomps on it. It's that aggressive string-heavy coda at the very end of the track.
It sounds so harsh.
It sounds ugly. The music completely stops trying to be pretty. The acoustic guitar isn't just nervous anymore. The entire track sounds like it is violently tearing itself apart.
Wow, yeah.
The visceral satisfaction of watching her crush that dollhouse doesn't just come from the visual. It comes from the release of all the tension the track has been building for 4.5 minutes. The music finally matches the anger of destroying a delusion.
I get that the music is harsh there, but without the context of the dollhouse, without the context of the poison and the antidote and the nurse, that harshness is just noise.
Well, the noise only means something because she has spent the entire song meticulously explaining why she is in pain. When she sings, "Feeling so alone, might as well be on the moon, I thought I found the antidote with you," she is isolating the exact coordinates of her despair. She's given you the map. I don't know, I think the music is the environment you're feeling that despair in. Think about it this way. The track is almost 5 minutes long.
Which is wild for a pop song right now.
It's a massive risk. Nobody puts out 5-minute pop songs anymore because attention spans are so short. It takes an immense amount of confidence to hold a listener's attention for that long.
That's true.
And the only reason it works is because of the pacing. They restrain the electric guitars. They hold back the massive drums until the exact right millisecond. That discipline is what makes the emotional payoff so huge.
I definitely agree the pacing makes the explosion hit harder. But I keep going back to how Olivia described the track. She called it the thesis statement that made the whole album click.
Yeah, I saw that.
And to me, that means the core of the song is the realization she has. Confronting love in reality means coming to terms with the fact that the things you hate about yourself don't magically disappear when someone loves you.
Yeah, you're still just you.
You're still just you, and that is such a profound thing to realize when you're 23 years old. I think the reason this song is resonating so deeply with people, the reason everyone is talking about it, is because millions of people recognize that exact internal poison. They recognize the guilt.
The guilt of being in a good relationship but still feeling miserable.
Exactly. The guilt of lying next to an amazing partner and still fighting bad thoughts in your own head. The lyrics give people the vocabulary for that specific pain.
And I would say the production gives them the physical release for it, because we all know the sensation of a racing heartbeat, which that acoustic guitar completely nails.
Right.
We all know the feeling of a lump in our throat, which the suffocating strings capture perfectly. And we all know the desperate desire to just scream and break something, which the drum explosion finally allows us to do.
It's like it requires you to feel the pain in your body while you process it in your head. Like when she asks, why can't it ever be enough? It doesn't even feel like she's asking her partner anymore.
No.
It feels like she's asking the universe. She's just questioning why human beings are built to be so unsatisfied.
It's so heavy. And we haven't even talked about her actual vocal performance on that line.
Oh, it breaks my heart.
The way she pushes into her upper register during the chorus, and it feels like medication. There's this fragility to her voice, it sounds like it's literally on the verge of breaking.
Yeah.
And they didn't try to smooth it out. They didn't pitch correct the emotion out of it. Those imperfections are left in on purpose. It sounds like a voice giving up.
But leaving those cracks in her voice is a storytelling choice. She is choosing not to hide behind pristine vocal layering because the story demands rawness. She is stepping into the light and saying, look at my flaws, look at my jealousy, look at my absolute inability to be healed.
It's brave.
It takes so much courage to sound ugly on a pop record.
It takes a ton of courage, and it takes a producer who knows exactly how to frame that courage, because they could have easily overwhelmed her voice with synth or big drums way too early, but they just let the silence and the empty space around her voice do the talking in those first two verses.
So it all comes back to the gray area. The lyrics, the music, the empty space, it all just forces you to sit in this incredibly uncomfortable place.
Completely. It refuses to be just one thing. It's not a happy love song, it's not an angry breakup anthem. It forces you to just sit in the discomfort of knowing things are messy.
And it refuses to give you a clean resolution. We're so used to pop songs giving us an easy-to-read x-ray of a broken heart. He did this, I feel this, here is the bad guy.
Right.
The cure just leaves you in the murky water. It reminds you that sometimes the poison is just part of who you are, and no amount of love can act as the perfect antidote.
It's true. It leaves you feeling entirely unresolved.
It really does. It leaves you with this lingering, terrifying question. If love isn't the cure, then what is?
Right. You just have to sit there and stare at the wall.
Pretty much. I just had to sit in silence.
Should we just play it again?
Yeah, put it back on.